had anticipated against Luminosity Gaming on Luminosity Gaming's side pick, or excuse me, map pick, where they're not going to get the side pick. And so there's going to be a lot of weight on this pistol round for them, or actually, I guess more specifically on eLevate to start things off right for the team. Luminosity Gaming going right over towards the A bomb site. Not going to dilly-dally around B at all, and it seems like they've kind of made the right decision. eLevate going to be playing a more standard spread out setup. They're actually going to be rotating over to the A bomb site pretty quickly, although 3 of their players are getting pretty badly zoned out in window and connector. XP3 picking up a frag as Anger gets one in the site. Lex working around, trying to catch a frag on the players pushing out. It's a 4-on-4. The bomb got put down pretty quickly, and Nafly catching a frag, getting quickly traded out by XP3, so the retake is definitely on. Lex is standing in the middle of nowhere, going to get shot right in the back of the head. Now Pitt from Apartments and Peter going to be the last 2 standing. And now work down to a 1-on-1. Pitt's going to be spamming away, and the bomb's actually going to be stuck by Storm. Pitt's trying to knife him, and he actually is going to lose the round because of it. And oh, Pitt does have frag with the headshot, but Storm winning the round for his team by sticking the defuse. Tough mistake there by Pitt.
He hit the initial knife too. He just turned away in the opposite direction they needed to. If he would have stuck looking directly to his right as he was initially, he would have kept that knife going and been able to take that down and prevented that from happening. And Luminosity would have grabbed that round.
Yeah, did he dump his entire Glock clip? I switched at some point just to see how close he was to defusing. I saw him spamming a lot of bullets hanging out over there by the Apartments, and oh man, I guess he didn't really know where the bomb was planted to spend those Glock bullets as well accurately as he should have, and they got punished for it. So good on Luminosity, but they're going to have to hold off the B take right here if they want to keep these rifles.
The rush is going to be there, able to pick up the initial 2. Here comes Pitt walking his way in with the Galil in hand. Tons of CTs trying to work up. He'll hit a shot. Can he get another one? That's going to be Professor Chaos, the newest member of eLevate, actually able to hit that shot to end Pitt. That's going to be a 3K for Rush. Professor Chaos and Storm get frags between the 2. That will be round 3 about to start now as eLevate will be up 2-0 over to Luminosity.
Yeah, good on eLevate picking up a really clean round 2 after just narrowly avoiding losing that first pistol round. It's exactly what they need to do to get that traction going early, as I was saying, and get that momentum going while they can. It would be really detrimental to them had they gotten ecoed on that round and lost all that economic advantage they had right now. Storm, the only player holding on to an SMG with that MP9 in his hand, and luckily for him, they're not going to be challenging him directly, but the A bomb site has pretty much been conceded by Roka, but was able to spot the terrorists pushing through.
Oh, Pitt working the pistol frag there, pushed in the jungle as Anger is able to get one. Lex gets one, and a good eco round coming out here from Luminosity. If they can hold on to this, they're going to be 3 versus 1 against Storm. Storm's already worked into the jungle. Pitt and his teammate are right there near the connector, and Anger will take Storm down. Lex survives with 4 HP, gets himself 2. Anger gets 2 of his own. Pitt gets the other frag, and that will make it 2-1 as Luminosity came back big there on that eco round.
Definitely. And eLevate got a little sloppy there. Maybe perhaps a little miscommunication on who was watching what. Roka from CT should have been not allowing players to just run into A, but that's what happened. They just ran right through. He ended up killing one of them. I'm not even sure if he saw the second player run all the way through and make it to window. Some real sloppy play there. They're still going to be buying up off of that round loss, but players like Professor Chaos not going to have a whole lot, just a 5-7 in his hand. XP3 has a scout in his hands even, so I'm sure not quite what he was looking for. And with that, Luminosity has a very cheap round on their hands right here.
Oh yeah, Roko's going to be aggressive here down at the ramp, using that smoke to get... I don't think the smoke... I think it was a little too tall for him to be able to see that, though.
Perhaps.
But still, he's actually going to back his way up now that the smoke's gone. Luminosity going to more of a little bit of a delayed strat here. Making some noise over at the B bomb site, see if they're going to pull any rotates, and they might pull one of those players. Yeah, they will pull one in their direction. The other one's going to still lurk near the connector, and still up on the balcony or below it will be Roka at the A bomb site trying to defend by himself. And the CTs are going to, or terrorists are going to work their way towards connector. They have a player up on the catwalk. 2 are going to be close towards the connector. They need to not get pinched by this catwalk player. They need to get into this bomb site now at this point. Time ticking down. Rush will take down Nafly. Professor Chaos hits a beautiful pistol shot there to actually take down Lex. And XP3 jumping pistol. Roka still hiding. And that was actually a jumping scout, excuse me. Professor Chaos takes down Pit, and XP3 with another jump shot onto Peter. And just like that, eLevate comes back on a buyout of their own to beat Luminosity. That makes it 3-1 in favor of eLevate.
Yeah, good job snapping back there from eLevate, especially since they kind of had rotated their players out of position, but eventually did work them back in time. Good frags by Rush on Cat, picking up the connector players and then pushing through and stopping the 8 take before really it even happened. And with that, because Luminosity Gaming had such a cheap round, they're still going to be buying up at least something, $10,000 spent between all 5 of the members. Pith doesn't care at all, just spends almost all of his money to get an AK, head armor as well, full nade, so he kind of has a lot riding on this round. He's putting it to work already with a headshot on Roka.
Yeah, good opener there for Pit to take down Roka. As the CTs are still going to try and work their way towards the A bomb side. Anger will take down Professor Chaos. Pit is going to be watching anybody coming through that window. XP3 falls down in CT spawn, so now Storm trying to come through at the jungle. Able to take down Pit as Rush gets a frag of his own onto Lex, so now we're going to be into a 2 versus 2. Storm down to 22, Rush at 27 HP. They're going to try and get this 2-man retake off, but Navfly and Anger are both grouped up near the ticket booth at the moment. Here comes the flank. Storm is able to get it off initially. Anger's going to peek, ends up getting him on the reload. He's going to be looking. He thinks the other CT's in the bomb site. He is. Rush throws a nade in the direction of Anger. He's going to try and re-peek, ends up taking Anger down, but time ticking away. This is going to be close. I don't think he's got it.
Oh,
nope. So very close. Split second, he would have had that, but took just a little too long to get the frag, and Luminosity will battle back, able to get themselves a secondary round now. That'll make it 3-2, not allowing eLevate to string together rounds.
Yeah, and the player flanking CT on the counter-terrorist totally got screwed by the silenced M4 reloading animation. He was hugging that blue door over there in spawn, and because he was reloading, that stupid silencer goes out and at an angle, and I guess was peeking around the corner, allowed him to get hunted down and fragged really quickly to force it into that one-on-one. Great play by Luminosity to, once again, fight their way back into this one. And even though they didn't keep any players alive, it's not going to matter. They're going to have plenty of cash to rebuy, and they're going to force eLevate onto an eco of their own. And with that, eLevate's actually going to be rotating their B players all the way out of B, and that's a free B bomb site for Luminosity. And they're now realizing their mistake.
Oh, yeah. A bit on that one extremely hard here, but Luminosity will get that B bomb site. CT's already rotating into the window. That's going to be Rush able to take down Lex. Storm does some good damage right there, too. But he also takes a grip himself. That nade's going to come in and do something. Yeah, there goes Rush. Professor Chaos on the rotate in now. He will get punished by Peter, though. Anger's going to be there on the catwalk. Can he catch Roka on the flank? He will. One coming up top. That's going to be XP3. He gets spotted out trying to make a gunfight with Anger. Takes him down now. It's just XP3 versus Pit, and Peter drops out of the window. Pit will hit the headshot with the P250. That is going to tie the game up at 3-3.
Yeah, and Pit actually just narrowly escaped with only 1 HP, so good on him holding on to his rifle. And that was a really good eco round for eLevate, considering they were on an eco, they didn't have rifles or any firepower to speak of, and they had rotated their players completely out of position. They had given Luminosity all of the B bomb state and were still almost, well, I mean, they worked it down to 2 players alive and were so close to taking down Pit there. He only, as I said, escaped with 1 HP, so did a good job of taking guns out of the terrorist hands. And with that, Luminosity gearing up for another 8-take right here. Roka's going to have to step up big, but he can't. He gets taken down immediately by Pit. The entry frag god so far for Luminosity.
Playing exceptionally well so far. And XP3 will actually go down in jungle. Had a nice angle with the op in hand. Not able to hit that shot, though, before he gets removed. So now it's going to be a 4 versus 2. Can the seam get spotted? Storm tries to make the shot happen. Lex will take him down, though. Now it's all up to the new guy, and Professor Chaos, op in hand. He's actually going to rotate back, might go down. Nope, he's not even going to try and peek the connector to get an exit frag. He's just going to make the safe play here, run away, try and get into the tunnels and save that op to go into round number 8. But Luminosity will grab the lead this half after Lex hits 2. Same with Pit. And as Later just said, Pit looking very effective on entries into these bomb sites.
Yeah, I mean, particularly the A bomb set. It seems like he hasn't been shut down doing it once, and he really doesn't need much to get it done. He kind of just peeks out through anything. He doesn't really care what is in his way. He's going to just get out there, and he's such a slick aimer. He just finds a frag pretty much every time. So good on him for being able to open up the site like that. And his buddy Anger's been doing a really good job of fragging with them. Actually, both of them combining for a grand total of 18 frags already in just 8 rounds. So have been a dynamic duo. And Peter going to be grabbing an AWP for this round. Hasn't quite been able to get it going yet. But with an AWP on Professor Chaos as well, I wouldn't be surprised if we see some kind of mid-pick battle, or at least I hope. I'm a huge fan of a straight-up AWP battle. Don't get to see it enough here. And they're going to go for it right here. Let's see. Actually, they're going to be smoking off Professor Chaos first. He does body block. That might make it a bad smoke. Let's see if he did enough. Nah, it doesn't look like he did.
So now it's going to be the terrorists trying to split their way to the B-bomb site, and there's a stack at A from eLevate. It's not going to work out for him. B-bomb site wide open once again here, but it was an eco-round attempt from eLevate to try and bank on hopefully that they were going A, but Luminosity switches it back around towards the B-bomb site, able to make it happen. They're in now, getting it planted. Anger taking a little bit of team damage, not a ton though. Does he go down to the pistol? He will, but Storm gets traded out by Pit. There goes Roka on the flank. Now Rush trying to work his way into the window at the moment. Nafly looking in that direction. I believe they know he's there. Yeah, Nafly's going to drop in, ends up hitting the shot onto Rush. That will make it 5-3 in favor of Luminosity.
And eLevate just having no luck on their rotates and stacks. I feel like every time they make a stack or try to rotate players early, they've just been guessing wrong. So I guess kudos to Luminosity for mixing things up well and kind of playing with the heads of eLevate. Now we're going to see a real full-on rifle versus rifle buy this round. So let's see if eLevate can kind of hemorrhage or stop the hemorrhaging here rather. I mean, Professor Chaos did have that AWP last round, but it was saved, and they really couldn't do much around it. So this round should be more effective for them. They're going to be going with a much more vanilla setup here, although they're not going to have anyone in mid-window. Instead, they're going to be playing Professor Chaos and Rush on Cat to create a crossfire. Sorry, Professor Chaos and Connector and Rush on Cat to create a crossfire in mid, which I think is a totally viable strategy, especially when you don't have an AWP for a mid player.
Yeah, definitely. I agree with you there. But Luminosity playing very smart here again. Sitting back, waiting to find out if eLevate's going to get a little too aggressive and punish them for it. But so far, eLevate has been playing a pretty disciplined Counter-Strike here. Not getting too aggressive. They know there is tape and footage on Luminosity. They like to run it down a little bit sometimes, especially when they're not really getting their sets out right. But it will be that set strat towards the A-bomb site at the moment. Smokes are coming in, flashes are coming in. They're going to be able to smoke those off. Lex will be the rotating man. Now, can they take these players down? And the flashbang is going to come in perfectly over the top of Anger. They haven't executed their way in yet until Nafly hits the shot.
Roka hanging on Firebox, though.
Oh, Pit. Is Pit going to hit this? Takes down Storm. Lex on the flank watch will hit it onto Rush. And we've seen, Roka still up, takes down Nafly. And I was going to say, we've seen Luminosity run that strat so many times with Lex over there in the B tunnels, throwing that smoke, and then just waits on the flank, and it works. Their win rate on that strat has to be unbelievably high, because I don't feel like I've seen them lose one of those rounds yet.
Yeah, it seems pretty ridiculous. And Roka, who's should be the first responder on all of those A takes, and has been up until that last one where he decided to lurk and try to stay alive deeper in the round, is not really getting it done for his team. 2-8 so far, kind of un-Roka-like, I would say. But this round they're going to be getting really aggressive, and he's actually going to get shut down right off the bat as Nafly and Pit team up to take all 3 of the pushing players down.
Yeah, now it's all going to be up to Rush and Storm here, and Lex might get caught out in the open. As Storm gets taken down, they got to look back to the window. Rush will rotate his way towards the jungle. Bomb's going to get planted in the A-bomb site. Rush is right there. We're going to have 2 terrorists pushing. Lex will go down to Rush. Nafly will trade the frag out. That's a 3K for Naf. And Luminosity looking very good here in the first half, making the score 7-3, running away with these terrorist rounds.
Yeah, and putting together some quick rounds and shutting things down early for them. I'm still really impressed with how thorough Luminosity is, despite the fact that they are winning these rounds so handily. Even in that, 5-on-1 situation, Pit has the bomb in sight and decides to do a fake plant to see if he could force out the CT player. I mean, kind of overkill at this point. You have 5 players, you should be able to easily hunt him down, and still delaying getting his team money just so they could fish him out and make sure they don't get caught off guard. It's some really interesting and quality play from them. It's really what I like to see from Luminosity. And once again, they are going to be mixing things up and putting all of their players over towards B on this round. It's It's going to put a lot of pressure on Storm to spot them out.
So into round 11, Luminosity is going to be up. They have that advantage here, but guns coming out in the hands of eLevate. XP3 is able to hit 2 op shots on the catwalk, able to make himself a third as Storm will take down Peter. So now it's all up to Lex. The lone man tries to step out into the window. He gets shut down by Rush. That will make it 7-4. eLevate battling back.
Yeah, good on them keeping all 5 players alive on that round, including the double ops that they were running on that round. Typically a potentially financially risky setup for them, and coming out on top with it, including, what, 3 frags for XP3 last round? So yeah, really good use of the op there and keeping himself alive to tell the tale. He's be going back towards mid, kind of swapping out Professor Chaos. Or actually, they're going to have Professor Chaos pushing mid. They're going to be putting both of their ops on mid right here. Let's see if they can come out on top. They're going to be smoking XP3 away.
Ooh, Professor Chaos with the op out in mid. Peter's going to try and go for the battle. They miss each other. Actually, Professor Chaos gets legged there. He's going to try and hunt down, make the Peter play, and look towards the underpass. Doesn't work out for Nafly. In a great position here. Does he have a teammate to stack with to try and make it into the window? Doesn't look like it at the moment. They're just going to be hanging out, waiting, as the terrorists will be rotating back towards the A bomb site. And they're going to try and split this. 2 going to be going up the connector, trying to get into a gunfight here, but XP3 is right there. Roka from CT almost gets caught out in the open. XP3 misses a shot there. Going to try and wrap around with the pistol in hand. Anger not looking for him. He will go down as Roka takes down Lex. So now we have Nafly right in XP3 space. Gets punished as Pitt will take down Rush. And XP3 trades him out, so now it's all up to Peter. Op in hand, misses his shot, and XP3 gets himself a 4K, so last round was 3, this round was 4, and that's going to make it 5-7 as Luminosity still in the lead.
Yeah, actually, last round was 5 even, so they have even more money. Fortunately, they were not able to recover Professor Chaos's op, but they're still going to be holding on to that 1 on XP3 to hold down the middle area. I kind of like that double op middle attempt they had there, but Luminosity Gaming has just been playing so patiently with that mid window that just they weren't able to utilize it to, I think, the degree they wanted to. But this round they got Professor Chaos pushing all the way up. I mean, he's going to be getting so much information for his team right here, as he's going to spot out none of them mid. But unfortunately, they've had a really bad time guessing A or B so far, and I think clearing out middle is a good start for eLevate, but even still, that doesn't necessarily indicate what site Luminosity is going to be cheating over towards. They're actually going to be switching it up. Peter's going to be able to catch Professor Chaos off guard here. Oh, but he's going to spot the bomb.
That could have been a huge play there for Professor Chaos, but Pitt's able to make his way into the bomb site, trade out Roka. That's going to make it a 4-on-3 now. A bomb site wide open. Bomb will be rotating back in that direction, as it was looking like it was going to try and go make its way into the B bomb site. Doesn't look like it now. It's going to be back there at the back of the fireboxes. Lex working in through connector. One's going to be into the palace. Pitt will hit the shot onto XP3, and now it's just going to be up to Storm and Rush. Rush is going to be your catwalk player. Storm will hit the initial one. Same position as last time. Rush will drop down into the connector. Storm low on HP 22 to be exact. Pitt will hit that shot as Lex takes another one. That's a 3K for Pitt, and that will make it 5-8 as Luminosity officially wins the half on map number 1. The best eLevate can hope for now is 7 rounds in their favor.
Yeah, going into these last 2, it's going to be tough. And they did keep a lot of players alive, so they're going to have some cash on them, particularly on Storm and Roka, so they should be able to drop for their teammates if they so choose. And it looks like that is what's going to happen. They're going to get rifles on all their players and actually a good deal of nades, so they are very much in this round, but they're going to have to use them effectively. They're going to need to kill Pitt before he can get out on the A bomb site. He has a way of weaseling his way in and getting frags in the process. Roka finally stepping up and making that 2 right off the bat.
Oh, man, look at these good trades coming here in favor of eLevate. Now it's all up to Anger, and he goes down to Professor Chaos. That's a 2K for Professor Chaos, 2 frags in favor of Roka. And they're able to trade rounds back and forth here as we hit the final round of the half. It's going to be 8-6, and eLevate's right there knocking on the door to try and get that 7th round.
Yeah, either way, though, this is still the CT side of the map, and losing the half on the CT side is pretty... It's just going to make for a really tough terrorist side ahead of them, and Luminosity Gaming, I think, is going to have a really, really strong CT setup. It's going to be hard to break into those sites with those players locking it down, so... Got to, I mean, yeah, the score is only, 2 rounds away right now, potentially 1, depending on how eLevate can play this, but, you know, when you look at the map as a whole, the gap is slightly larger than the score indicates at this point. Luminosity Gaming continuing to mix things up, spreading out all around the map, really, and putting the bomb down in a relatively neutral location that Peter can bring to either bomb site if they so choose. They've really shown a diverse playbook. I think this game they've been working A, they've been working B, they've been working splits on middle, they've been spreading out and working picks, trying to catch pushers. They've really, I think, shown how effective a T-side team can be on Mirage.
So into round 15, Luminosity going to go into a buyout here. Trying to commit into this round. They want to make it a 9-6 half in their favor before they have to switch to CT. And that excellent A play that we're seeing from Luminosity was didn't really come out all too much. I mean, the fancy smokes that we like to see, the 5 or 3 smoke setup from there, we only got to see a few times there. Otherwise, mostly it was just Luminosity catching eLevate slightly too aggressive for their own good and punishing them for it in mid battles and such like that, or eLevate going to be stacked over to the wrong bomb site, allowing Luminosity to get a free site, but Roka's going to peek out onto the ramp. He's able to take down Peter and Pit. There goes Lex. Nafly will hit 2 in B, though. Now he's just got to beat XP3. Can he make the shot happen? Pulls out the pistol. Can't quite make it happen as Anger walks into the A bomb site. He gets punished by Professor Chaos. XP3 picks up the finalizing frag of that round, and that's going to make the score 7-8 in favor of Luminosity as they go to CT side now.
Yeah, and good on eLevate for not folding when Luminosity put together, what, was it 6 rounds in a row? Yeah, rounds 5 through 10. Just strung them all together. And it's really hard to break a team when they have a lot of momentum. And it's even harder to not only break the momentum and then string together round wins and work your way out of that hole. But, you know, there was CT side Mirage, so I'd expect nothing less from a quality team like eLevate. And let's see if they can keep it going. They were able to win the first pistol round this game already, but they did get ecoed eventually on round 3, interestingly enough. I feel like you see a lot of round 2 ecos. Not so much for round 3, but Luminosity Gaming was able to come away with it. Let's see if eLevate can win another pistol round and start to get the momentum going on this side as well.
So round 16 is now underway. Luminosity going to be your CT-sided team. eLevate will be your T-sided team. This is map number 1 out of our best of 2 between these two teams. And remember, after this, we also have another best of 2 coming up. That is actually to be CLG versus Tempo Storm. But we still have another map and a half left to go in this one before we can even begin to worry about that. As eLevate trying to get a little bit aggressive in mid here. 3 of them in that direction. Roka's going to be on the flank watch here. Grabs Lex. That's going to be an opener towards B as Peter will take down XP3 and Pit hits one. Anger is able to get one Naf and Peter will go down though. And Terrorists are going to try and work their way up the connector at the moment, and that's going to be a good play for the time being, as Pit will have to rotate around into CT. Bomb's going to get planted here. So now Anger and Pit will be on the retake attempt. 2 versus 2 versus Professor Chaos and Rush. And it looks like they're both going down A ramp. Bombs planted in that direction. They're both going to be hanging out down there. One's going to be a little bit more of a bait attempt as Rush will be here up close. Tries to fire off some shots. They know where he is at the moment. Anger still looking for the other player. Pit's going to stick this one. He's going to stay on it and get punished for it. Anger wasn't in position to trade that frag out. So now he's not going to have time, and he's going to have to rotate out to save that armor and try and get out of there. But eLevate will tie it up 8-8.
Yeah, and I guess it's not a terrible save for Anger here. He didn't take any damage on the round, so he's going to be able to get a $350 upgrade on his armor, but whatever. That's nothing. That is really not what they're looking for. They needed to come away with a round win there and were unable to. I love that play from eLevate, sticking 2 guys on the A-ramp stairs. As you said, first player purely acting as bait. The second guy's just going to hide deep in there. And with a bomb site so open like this A bomb site, there's so many places that Anger had to check there and just unfortunately wasn't able to find anyone out. So going into this round, they're actually going to be buying up 2 scouts, and their players going to be buying up armor with upgraded pistols. Anger going for that $350 upgrade to head armor and holding on to that 5.7, so good for him.
So now into 17 is going to be an eco attempt coming here from Luminosity. They got 2 5.7s out, a P250, 2 scouts in their hands. They're going to be trying to hold on with those scouts to prevent eLevate from going up by 1 round, especially after Luminosity eventually took the lead from eLevate there, which was in what, 1, 2, 3, 4, round 5, 6, 7. Round 7, they actually took the lead. Man, my math is bad. I had to legitly count out those bomb symbols to get that correct. But yeah, they took the lead in round 7. Hadn't looked back since then, but now eLevate at round 16 tied the game up and looking to try and take the lead back once again over Luminosity, walking nice and slow up the A ramp at the moment. Peter's going to be the first one with Scout, gets punished for missing the shot, tries to hit the jump. Roka will take him down, but still underneath the balcony was Nafly. He got taken down. Lex on the flank attempt is out of the way. So now, again, it's up to Anger and Pit here. Anger's going to step out, 5-7, hits some damage. And that's going to be Pit, also able to hit a little bit of damage there. I believe that was onto XP3 that he hit. And actually, the number 4 man of Rush going to be rotating back in the direction of Luminosity, trying to escape here. And it's going to be Rush trying to catch them in upper B, and he's looking poised to be able to do it. If he does not go down here and give away a gun, Anger's going to be pushing in that direction right now. He's going to peek out. Rush will hit the initial shot. Pit is there with the Scout to try and get something off, but he gets caught by Professor Chaos pushing the catwalk, and that will make it 9-8 in favor of eLevate.
Good work not allowing the the Luminosity players to save the guns that they did have right there. And I attribute a lot of eLevate's recent success to Roka finally stepping up for his team. Started off so slowly, getting bullied around, namely by Pit, but really all of the Luminosity Gaming players as they were coming out in A on the CT side of the map. And he really started to hit his stride towards the end, picking up multi-frags on the aggressive players. And now it seems to be transferring over to his own terrorist side, hitting a bunch of entry frags in that last round, including a great headshot on Peter from all the way in CT from the A stairs. So look for him to continue to put a bunch of pressure on Luminosity Gaming, because he really did start off really slow. He's a huge fragger for his team and a great player, and when he wasn't fragging, they were getting tossed.
Oh man, Anger almost had the ability to get a good shot off there. I believe that was the number 1 man of Storm, but it's going to be the counter-terrorists trying to rotate their way through terrorist spawn. 2 of them will get taken down. Lex will take down XP3. He is traded out. Same with Anger. Now it's all up to Pit coming through the palace. He gets punished by Professor Chaos. 2K for Professor Chaos, 2K for XP3, and that will make the score 10-8 in favor of eLevate.
And finally, moving into the first real rifle round of this half is Luminosity Gaming, but they are not exactly made of cash. They're not going to have an op to counter XP3s, but they will still have rifles on all of their players and a good chunk of nades. Really, Anger, the only player not with as many nades as I'm sure he would like, but he does have a smoke grenade, arguably the most important. Probably actually flashes are, especially since you can hold 2 of them. But either way, a well-placed smoke can be really, really effective. Now, bad smoke in middle, not going to smoke off window, but there's no one playing there anyway, so it's not a big deal. And the Luminosity Gaming players are getting so much information right now, pushing under Storm right now, and Storm is actually going to catch Pit out.
That was a good play there by Storm to make that happen. Pit was almost in an amazing position to try and steal away a rifle out of the hands of Storm. Didn't work out, but Anger does have that rifle. Can he get the first shot? Hits the first one. XP3 will repeat, though, with the op in hand. Takes down Anger. That's a 1-for-1 trade, but at this point, Luminosity is already a player down as they just lose Lex to Roka. And now eLevate starting to hit their form here on T-side, playing more like the eLevate we're used to seeing, hitting some good shots. But it is going to be Luminosity, not fully gunned up yet, that they're going against, as Peter will fall down. So now Nafly forced into a situation where he will be 1 versus 4 on that retake attempt, and he's not going for it. He would like to save his rifle, but at the moment he is now pinched towards CT spawn. He's going to have to try and back up, and XP3 waiting with the op. XP3 misses the shot, and Nafly actually takes him down. So now, Nafly wants to survive here. He's going to go for a quick couple peeks, try and get away, and that nade is going to do. No, somehow that nade didn't land right at him.
Too high.
He's getting pushed, and Professor Chaos hits the shot through the corner of that box, takes down Nafly, and that is going to make it 11-8 in favor of eLevate.
Yeah, I'm really impressed with what eLevate has been showing us so far on this T side, and now forcing Luminosity into another save. They're just coming up with another opportunity where they could further extend their lead, and this has to be pretty frustrating if you're Luminosity Gaming. I really thought Luminosity would be able to get a grip on this earlier, but eLevate has had such great reads on where the aggression from Luminosity is going to be. I mean, I guess a pinch of luck as well, as they were able to avoid getting rushed down on B that round when they sent all of their players over towards B. But even still, this round, pushing Luminosity Pit, getting taken down in the underpass courtesy of some good support play.
Anger out there in mid, very aggressive, ends up punishing XP3, so now it's all up to Professor Chaos in mid, but he's going to back up with his teammate Rush. They're getting out of there. The chase is coming, though, from the number 8 man of Anger. They're going to go for this here, as Roka will take down Lex out of the B apartments over towards the balcony. Anger's already up catwalk. He gets taken down by Professor Chaos. Now Nafly will rotate in, hits a beautiful shot. Can he make it a secondary one? He's going to get caught behind the bench for the time being, and he's taken down. So now Peter gets himself a rifle, gets the escape, and now he's just going to go save that rifle towards the palace, as he would be 1v2, bomb planted in the B bomb site.
And if there was ever a time for a tactical pause, I think now would be it. I feel like that's something that we don't really see in North America a lot. It seems like all of our pauses are somehow DDoS related, but I was watching the TSM versus Fnatic game, and when Fnatic was getting worked pretty badly on Cobblestone, they just took a tactical pause, and you could see them just talking things over, trying to figure out what could work for them. Actually, Peter going to get taken down by Professor Chaos in the process. And now going into this, what should be a gun round, yeah, definitely going to be a gun round here for Luminosity. I mean, I got to imagine they had plenty of time while Peter was dead to discuss what they need to do to beat eLevate. But yeah, tactical pause here would be about as good a time as any. Don't think we're going to see it. But Luminosity they need to change something up because eLevate's just been all over them.
Yeah, definitely. They've been just dominating so far into the second half, but now it's going to be a full guns up round here from Luminosity, and they're going to get aggressive out in mid. Can they take down 2? Pit will get Rush. XP3 there with the op to leg Pit, brings them down to 18 HP. XP3 ends up getting caught, and that's going to be bombed down. Do they know it yet? I don't think they do, but 2 players from eLevate will be rotating back in that direction to go try and secure that bomb. They think their CT's on top of it. Storm shoulder peeks out. Lex sees him. Lex won't go for the repeat yet because Nafly is right there on the stairs to help secure the frag. Smart play coming from Luminosity, but they're still going to be 5 versus 2. There's still Professor Chaos and Roka left alive here. And I mean, Roka not very hot today so far. Professor Chaos looking pretty good himself with 15 frags. Roka with only 13 at the moment. They're going to work down mid towards the connector. They have the bomb. Nafly's right there, 52 HP. And does he get spotted? Roka doesn't look up yet. Now he does. Sees the shoulder. Will collect the frag as we have Professor Chaos trying to work up the catwalk. He's going to hear Anger. Does hit the op shot, and he will hit the shot onto Anger. They've worked that into a 2 versus 3 now, taking down Nafly and Anger both. But they're going to work up the catwalk at the moment. They're still going to be the number 9 man of Pit there in the B bomb site. Gets back towards a little bit safer a position in the kitchen, completely conceding that B bomb site. And it's going to be 2 CTs on the rotate now as Roka works his way in. Same with Professor Chaos. Time ticking down. Professor Chaos will hit the shot onto Peter, but here comes the flank. Going to be coming up catwalk. There goes Pit, and they've turned this into a 2v1. Wow. Does Lex get it? He can't do it. Professor Chaos gets himself 4, and that was a 5 versus 2. And man, all thanks to Professor Chaos there to keep his team in that round.
I mean, it was thanks to Professor Chaos. He had some great op shots there, and you cannot take that away from him. But it was just unbelievable teamwork and communication between the two to come up with a plan. Yes, Professor Chaos did the bulk of the shooting, but even still, Roka was in a position where he could have dropped the bomb in connector and gotten taken down by a player. Man, I lost track of who it was, just hanging out in that connector area. Nafly, yeah. Very easily could have gotten killed by Nafly and lost that round, but not only got the frag, but also had the state of mind to hop back and work with his teammate and allow Professor Chaos to have a rifler near him to support him so he can take those aggressive off peaks. And it worked out perfectly. Really, Luminosity is getting a lot of bonus money, but that round was, I think, about as much of a nail in the coffin as we're going to see here.
Anger in position, trying to grab another frag. Couldn't quite collect it with the deagle in his hand. Lex will also have a deagle. He's going to be CT. Anger still trying to go for these repeats. Ends up getting punished by Rush, though. Lex with the body armor and the deagle more than likely going to rotate his way out of this. Possibly check towards the window, and he's going to push his way into it through the connector from CT spawn, and Rush will take him down. AK headshot, 3K for Rush. And that will make the score 14-8 as we hit round 23. Luminosity going to have to go into a buyout here so they can play for the win, not for the tie.
Yeah, and man, I'm still reeling from that 2v5. That was just so crisp and so well played from them. eLevate's just doing such a good job getting reads on Luminosity's aggression and where the players are going to be playing and just catching them off guard. And interestingly enough, that 2-on-5 round started with the classic textbook Luminosity aggression, a push up middle, and they just threw it right back in their face. And then obviously last round, just really good anti-eco play from eLevate right there. I mean, after winning such a tough round, they better clean up the easy ones. And with that, as you said, just extending their lead 14-8, putting together every round so far on this terrorist side. I said before I wasn't sure what eLevate was going to look like on this side of the map, and it turns out they look really good. Not only are their executes well put together and well thought out, but they're also just doing such a good job of catching the Luminosity gaming players out.
So now into round 23. eLevate with the advantage initially, but Luminosity's able to hit 3 nice shots there. That's going to be Pitt and Peter able to get 3 in total. Nafly's going to let Professor Chaos out. Professor Chaos hits the shot. He's going to be looking for Peter, ends up catching him, and that is quickly worked into a 2-on-2 now, which was looking like a 4 versus 2. But Peter got 2 before he goes down. Can Anger get this frag? Not able to make it happen. Professor Chaos, pistol in hand, will take down Anger as Lex answers, though. Removes XP3. Flashbang. Smoke comes out. Professor Chaos trying to play this smoke a little wide. Lex is looking for the angle, too. Not able to see it. Professor Chaos will collect that bomb. Moves his way back. Gonna try and plant this in the bomb site. He's gonna get the plant off for sure. Lex is just working slow here, trying to see what Professor Chaos is gonna do. He's gonna peek his way out. Lex doesn't hit the shot, so Professor Chaos goes for the peek here. It's gonna be that one-on-one gun battle inside that site. Lex is spraying bullets in Professor Chaos's direction. Chooses to stay low. Tries to hit the shot. Does a ton of damage. Brings him down to 4 HP. Can he get the finalizing frag? He will, but he goes down to 15. He's got a kit in his pocket, so he has enough time to get the defuse, and Luminosity will stay alive in this. That's going to make it 14-9 in favor of eLevate.
Yeah, he cut that round really close, as you said, just coming away with 15 HP. If Lex lost that one-on-one, I mean, it would have put eLevate on game point, so, you know, who knows? They probably would have lost anyway, but that would have been just so demoralizing for the team.
Oh, yeah.
That is a good round to hold on to. You know, even if they are unable to come away with a map win over here, just, you know, staying competitive and winning those one-on-ones is going to mean a lot down the line just for team morale. If eLevate just straight up won out on this T side and just put a smashing down on Luminosity, who knows what they would look like on Cash if they would be able to recollect themselves. And Nafly just doing a ton of damage right there, catching a frag on some lined up eLevate players. Great positioning from him, and Anger picking one up as well.
Spray control coming out from Roka, able to take down Anger. But it's going to work this into a 4 versus 2, all in favor of Luminosity at the moment, trying to get a 10th round. Look at them. They're thinking this is going to be a B hit, but it's actually going to be back towards the number 9 man of Pitt all by himself at the A bomb site. Bomb working through the palace right now. One player's going to be at the connector. That is going to be, who is that on?
Roka's shot is gone. It's not his fault. He has to pre-fire things if you're going to be at such a man disadvantage, but also just alerting to the other team where he was. He gets punished for it.
Ooh, Pitt actually gets traded out right there by Rush. So now we have a 1 versus 3 as eLevate. Rush will get that bomb planted. He's going to try and peek. He's got 2 players coming from the jungle. Hits the first one. Secondary one takes him down. That'll be 14-10 Luminosity.
Yeah, and you know, once again, kudos to Roka for stepping up big time after starting so slowly. Has now worked his kill death positive. Well, not positive, even, as he's now 16-16, but what started in the hole something like 1-8, 1-9, something like that. So doing a good job of working his way out of it. And eLevate has banked so much cash that they are going to be able to continue to buy up, and they show really no signs of slowing down, holding 6,300 on Professor Chaos, 71 on Rush. Just there is cash being thrown around. They're going to be cheating over towards the B bomb site, so it's going to be up to, who is that, Lex and Anger, to do something about it. But Peter stepping up really before they even get to those players, catching it off frag in middle.
Yeah, and it looked like eLevate wanted to go with a B split here, possibly send some players up the catwalk. That got shut down early by Peter. There might be a gunfight at the connector between Professor Chaos and Nafly, but it doesn't materialize, and they're still going to try and make this B split happen. They're still going to try and get up the catwalk, but the number 8 man of Anger is right there for the gun battle. He's got to hit both of these shots. Hits the first one. XP3 jumps out, collects the frag. So now Lex in the bomb site by himself. As he's able to hit one, Storm will take him down. Bomb drops in. Nafly's right there. Hits Storm. Tries to pull the spray over onto Roka. Can't make it happen. So now Roka will be 1v2. One player's in to work up the catwalk. And that's going to be Peter already in the window. He goes down. Pitt needs to hit the shot. He can't do it. Roka will hold the spray and get a 3K. And eLevate will hit match point from a round that should have been Luminosity's.
Oh, man, and because Luminosity was, he's still shaking his mouse. He must be so amped up about that. I can feel it vicariously through him. And as I was saying, because Luminosity were only able to keep 1 and then 2 players alive on rounds 23 and 24, they're not going to have a ton of cash to work with, and eLevate looking like they can take this map away from them. Luminosity's own map pick. Man, this has been a great game. Kind of out of nowhere. Didn't expect eLevate to be able to make this kind of comeback happen, and not only have they been able to make it happen, but they made it look really good so far.
So into 26, possibly the last round of this game. Luminosity is going to be on a buyout here. Not a single rifle. Well, I guess Nafly does have a rifle. It is only a FAMAS. Anger and Peter with upgraded pistols. 2 Swag 7s. One in the hand of Lex. The other one will be in the hands of Pit. And the terrorists are working their way up the catwalk at the moment. They're going to be calling for a rotate. That will be Luminosity calling that rotate. Anger playing this angle. Can he get some 1-digs? Doesn't hit the first one. Roka will punish him for missing that shot. And that's going to leave Peter trying to rotate in the back of the bomb site right there up close. But Lex is still up top. He can't hit it onto Roka. So now Peter in the bomb site gets one. Can he get another one? Rotate coming from Nafly. Hits 2 as Peter grabbed 1 before he went down. So it's going to be up to Professor Chaos and Rush as both CTs will be rotating through upper B. They need to hit some good shots here. Smoke comes down. Nafly's going to step out. Rush looking for him. Rush does a little bit of damage. Nafly down to 26 HP. One player's going to be out the window already. Nafly's hunting. Can he get Rush? We'll get Rush. It's going to be a 2 versus 1 now. Professor Chaos has to use this smoke effectively to stay in this. Can he do it? Gets the first shot, but Pit comes off the bomb. Hits it with the AK, and that will keep Luminosity alive. That will make it 15-11.
Yeah, good, well, I guess not quite an eco win for Luminosity, but forced bot win. Really no thanks to Lex and Anger, the first engaging players in the B bomb site. It was all about the rotating players that did the bulk of the work. Nafly as well with that FAMAS getting the damage in they needed to. So good round for Luminosity. They are still alive in this, but they're just... Oh, there you go. Okay, the rifles were on the ground. I thought they didn't have enough money to rifle up on Pit and Peter, but no. They are going to be good to go. A great opening nade and pushing players is going to do some damage to Roka, but he flicks and hits a great shot on Pit.
Those frags are going to be coming out. Rush and XP3 are able to hit nice shots now. 4 versus 2. Luminosity match point, or excuse me, eLevate match point. So Luminosity has to win every single round from here on out to force overtime on map number 1. At the moment, it's going to be a rough look for them. They need to hit some initial shots, and they need to hit them right now. Lex will be working from the connector. They actually have that number 8 man of the Anger working up from CT. Lex is already into the site, using the smoke as cover, trying to find the players in the bomb site. He gets taken down, so Anger gets one tap by XP3. He gets himself a 3K. That makes it 16-11. eLevate will take map number 1 as we work ourselves towards DE Cash.
Yeah, and that was a really, really well-fought battle from eLevate to step up on the T side of the map, which has historically been a tough map, a tough side of the map, and it also has been a map that Luminosity has been routinely really good at. So great play from eLevate. I said before I wasn't sure what we were going to see from them, and color me impressed. I think they had a really good showing right there, and you got to imagine that fuel, or sorry, that win rather, is going to fuel them going into Cash that neither team has been particularly stellar on. But you know, if eLevate's going to be throwing Luminosity's good map right back in their face, and they're going to be moving into a map that they're both, you know, kind of average at best at, got to imagine eLevate's going to be feeling really, really comfortable about it.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, I thought that was hands down going to be a Luminosity map there. They looked good initially on T side, faltered a little bit, and then once the switch happened, they could never really get their CT side going effectively, and eLevate just punished them on T side, and it wasn't really anything super fancy coming from eLevate. They just worked frags, spread out across the map, hit the angles, made the shots happen, won the trade-out battles, and just basically just outright out-fragged Luminosity until the end there, where Luminosity had some life left. Not quite enough, though. And eLevate will take map number 1 away from Luminosity.
And if you take a look at the stats, the Luminosity gaming players, Pit, Nafly, and Anger, just didn't have the support they needed from Peter and Lex. Lex dropping 39.2 ADR. That's not very good. 39 ADR. I mean, look, that is saying that's not very good is kind. That's bad. 40 ADR is bad. And Peter, a really stellar player, only dropping 58. That's not really great either. Neither of them were able to step up for their teammates that were also fragging really well. I mean, 111 on Pit. He was the entry god in the beginning of that game, as I said before. Naf 91, Anger 84. They all pulled their weight, and unfortunately, the 2 other members just couldn't themselves, which is crazy. I don't expect such low numbers from Peter and Lex, but kudos to eLevate for not allowing them to really ever even compete. And even Roca started off so poorly. As I said, I harped on him all beginning of the game, and he came back and bounced back with an 89.3 ADR. So,
Yeah.
yeah, it seemed like the eLevate players were able to bounce back. They were resilient. They stayed with their head in the game, and it showed.
Definitely. But I think what we're going to do now, guys, while we're waiting for map 2 to get all the players into it and get live, we're going to go to a break. When all the players are into the server, we're beginning with the pistol round. We will get this game live and underway. So we'll be back hopefully quick. If not, you guys got to bear with us as we're waiting also.